There's a reason that Donald Trump announced these new blanket global tariffs after the market closed. And the reason is that immediately after hours trading started tanking in real time as Donald Trump was signing those completely whacked out tariffs. You had CNBC analysts saying, we've never seen anything like this.
Market reaction after hours, I've never seen anything like it. This, I think fair to say, is worse than the worst case scenario of the tariffs that many in the market expected the president to impose. You laid out a number of the percentages there, and there's some question of how the administration calculated the percentages that they're responding to.
Yeah, there's a real question about that.
In each of these cases, are they adding in value-added taxes? He talked about, non-tariff barriers as well. So I think while many were hoping that this would eliminate uncertainty, there's going to be more uncertainty in the market. And
That's right.
From those watching policy tomorrow on, if countries push back on how these non-tariff barriers were calculated, will there be wiggle room here? Exactly when do these go into effect? How quickly are companies going to have to adjust their pricing?
Yeah, we are very quickly going to see how the art of the deal works out. And immediately there were questions like, okay, so Trump announced a 34% additional tariff on Chinese goods. Is that in addition to the 20% tariff that's already there, therefore it's 54%? Or is it that you're adding 34% to 20, which would make it more like 26, 27? We just don't know. And it's not even really clear that they know. Now, what is the aftermath? Right now, as I am recording this show for you, the Dow Jones Industrial Average is down 1,500 points. 1,500 points. Now, by the time the stock market closes, the number may be different. Why do we care about the stock market if you might not have any stocks, if stocks are disproportionately held by the rich and corporations? Well, unfortunately, as a futures market, the stock market can tell us a lot. And what such a precipitous decline tells us is that this is going to affect people even who don't have shares of stock. Many people who don't have shares of stock work for companies that are publicly traded. More generally, when you start to see these sorts of market declines and this level of market instability, it is a signal that corporations are going to start to say, wait a second, things aren't looking so good. Maybe we need to lay people off. Maybe we need to buy fewer source materials for the things that we build, which will hurt the companies that they buy from. Whether they are American or not, it will leave them with less product with which to make final goods. That means their revenue goes down. This means they don't make as much money, meaning they don't have as much money to pay employees. This is how you set off a problematic economic cycle. As I said earlier, when you look at this and you say, I want to understand the economic justification, you will find, and there are people floating around who go, this is so great. This is going to be so great for the country. And finally, they'll respect us again. And there is no real economic justification. I've given this example before. I'll give it one more time. If you came to me, maybe with tears in your eyes, maybe not, and said, David, I think that for economic reasons and national security reasons and economic independence reasons, we need to bring back semiconductor manufacturing to the United States. I would say, okay, that sounds reasonable. Let's put in a plan to do it. And what we would do is a combination of let's give subsidies and tax credits to people building semiconductor manufacturing in the United States. Let's on-ramp a tariff for those getting semiconductors from Taiwan, but we won't do it overnight. This will be a 6, 8, maybe 10-year plan during which we will start to roll in tariffs for people buying semiconductors from Taiwan, provide tax incentives for people to do it here. Maybe it's deferred taxes or who the hell knows. And then 8 years from now, 10 years from now, because remember, this is 50 years in the making. You don't turn it around by signing with a monster Sharpie on April 2nd. This takes time. Over the next 6, 8, 10 years, we will have carefully, strategically strengthened American manufacturing, made ourselves more resilient if there were to be a supply chain interruption from Taiwan, or if there were global conflict between China and Taiwan. That imagine China invades Taiwan and says, you're not selling any more of these semiconductors to the United States, or we're going to jack up the prices or whatever. We've achieved something. We've done something thoughtful. We've been careful. We've been deliberate. That is a good use of the tool that we call tariffs. This is not a good use. There is no economic justification. The justifications are political, and they are 3 letters, EGO, Trump's ego. And that's the reason that we are seeing this stock market collapse. I have to say thank you. I was notified yesterday via audiovisual means, telephonically, some call it, that my book hit the New York Times bestseller list. I don't even know what I'm doing. I jokingly said to my editor on the phone, I don't even really know what I'm doing here. But it's thanks to you. We don't yet have numbers. I have no idea on the audiobook. I have no idea on the Kindle. But just based on sales of the hardcover book, this is now, it's the instant bestseller, The Echo Machine. So thank you so much. I was notified by my publisher that they have 50 signed book plates available, which, I signed thousands of these. We now have 50 left. So we are opening those up. Any new purchases of the book, no matter where you buy it, go to davidpakman.com/free book stuff. If you've already gotten one of these, you're not eligible. They will double check. Go to davidpakman.com/free book stuff. You'll be invited to submit your proof of purchase, and we've got 50 of these. If the page works, you'll be able to get one, so you can check that out. And I'm without speech. I'm speechless, and I have only you to thank. And just so people, I got an email from someone saying, David, you're not going to obnoxiously open the show now by saying that you are a New York Times bestselling author, are you? Of course not. Of course not. I will open every other appearance I do with that, but I'm not going to subject this audience to that. So thank you. Let's take a very quick break and back right after this. Millions of Americans grind or clench teeth at night, and most don't even know it. If you have jaw pain, headaches, there's a great chance you are one of them. Teeth grinding is often caused by stress, and it'll erode your teeth and enamel, and it can lead to some expensive dentist bills. The solution can be a mouth guard. Dentist-made mouth guards can cost hundreds of dollars. That's where our sponsor, Remy, helps. Remy makes dental-grade, professional quality mouth guards with no painful price tag, up to 80% less expensive than what you'd pay at the dentist, and you don't have to go to the dentist for one. Remy's process is simple. They send you an at-home impression kit to mold your teeth. You send it back. Their dental team will make a custom-fit guard. Remy's guards are so comfortable, most customers forget that they are wearing them. I often use a mouth guard when I sleep. It's been a game changer. No more pain during the day. I'm saving my teeth. And with a 45-night satisfaction guarantee, you can try it risk-free. Go to shopremy.com/Pacman. Use the code Pacman to save up to 50%. The link is in the description.